Hello everyone, this is Guru Chandas Adipu, lecturer in Marketing Management, Government Degree College, Siddipet Autonomous. Today we'll discuss about motivation. First we'll see the introduction. Every management tries to coordinate various factors of production in such a way that their contribution is maximum in achieving the organizational goals. The performance of non-human factors like mission, and material will depend upon the level of technology and the competency those who use them. Okay, not only if you have upgraded technology, of course, it will not give productivity, it will not produce the desired results. The competency of okay people who are using them is most important in this case. To improve the overall performance in a business, it is essential to increase the efficiency of human beings. Right? The performance of persons depends upon two factors. One is ability to do work, and the second is motivation. Both these factors, taken together, will increase the efficiency of human beings. If a person does not have capability or ability to do work, he cannot increase his efficiency. Okay. On the other hand, even if a person has got the ability but is not properly motivated, even then his performance will be low. Now we see the meaning and definition. Motivation is an important factor which encourages persons to give their best performance and help in reaching enterprise goals. Right? A strong positive motivation will enable the increased output of employee, but a negative motivation will reduce their performance. Okay, we don't deny that. Motivation, if we motivate, if the employees are motivated, they'll achieve the desired goals. Sometimes negative motivation will reduce their performance. A key element in personal management is motivation. Okay, without motivation, we couldn't get improved performance of the employees. According to Likert, it is the core of management which shows that every human being gives him a sense of worth in face to face groups which are most important to him. A supervisor should strive to treat individuals with dignity and a recognition of their personal worth. Motivation defined by scholars. Okay, we will see the different definitions to understand a better meaning of definition. First, a motive is an inner state that energizes activities or moves and directs or channels behavior goals. This is given by Berelson and Steiner. According to Lillis, it is the stimulation of any emotion. It is the stimulation of any emotion or desire operating upon one's will and promoting, driving it to action. Right? And Encyclopedia of Management defined it in a different manner. Motivation refers to degree of readiness of an organism to pursue some designed goal and implies the determination of the nature and locus of the forces, including the degree of readiness. The Encyclopedia of Management, stating that it is not only for human beings. It has mentioned that organism, saying that any organism can be motivated in terms of Encyclopedia of Management. And Dubin described it as motivation is the complex of forces starting and keeping a person at work in an organization. What Dubin said, he has defined the motivation in terms of organizational achievement. Vance, another scholar, gave the definition. Motivation implies any emotion or desire which so conditions one's will that the individual is properly led to action. And another scholar, ventile. Okay, motivation represents an unsatisfied need which creates a state of tension or disequilibrium. Okay, people who have unsatisfied needs, and then certainly uh, if has a feeling, that tension feeling we call, because of disequilibrium. Okay, that is unsatisfied needs. Okay, urge them to get satisfied. Right? Motivation represents as unsatisfied needs which creates a state of tension and disequilibrium, causing the individual to make in a goal-directed pattern towards restoring a state of equilibrium by satisfying the need. Okay, what we will do if there is unsatisfied need in us? Try to satisfy. Okay, our way will be towards the satisfaction of need. Okay, in order to get equilibrium. Okay, from the state of disequilibrium to equilibrium. Right, and we'll discuss now nature of motivation. Motivation is a psychological phenomenon which generates within an individual. A person feels lack of certain needs to satisfy which he feels working more. The need satisfying ego motivates a person to do better than he normally does. Right? From the definitions, we'll infer the nature of motivation. Motivation is an inner feeling which emphasizes, energizes a person to work more. One, this is feature. And the other is the emotions or desires of a person prompt him for doing a particular work. Third, there are unsatisfied needs of a person which disturb his equilibrium. And the fourth is a person moves to fulfill his unsatisfied needs by conditioning his energies. Right? And the fifth is there are dormant energies in a person which are activated by channelizing them into actions. Now we'll see types of motivation. When a manager wants to get more work from his subordinates, then he will have to motivate them for improving their performance. Right? They will either be offered incentives for more work, or maybe in the space of a reward, better reports, recognition, or he may instill fear in them or use force for getting desired work. Okay, and we'll see it is two types, that is positive motivation and negative motivation. First, we will see the positive motivation. Positive motivation and incentive motivation is based on a reward. If you give reward, okay, motivation, people will be motivated to get the work done. The workers are offered incentives for achieving their desired goals. The incentives may be in the shape of more pay, okay, maybe monetary in terms, or it can be promotion, or it can be recognition of work. Okay, in such a way, by giving the incentives, the employees can be motivated. The employees are offered the incentives and try to improve their performance willingly. Okay, when we offer incentives to employees, their performance will be improved willingly. According to Peter Drucker, the real and positive motivators are responsible for placement, high standard of performance, information adequate for self-control, and the participation of the worker as a responsible citizen in the plant community. Right? In a plant community. Positive motivation is achieved by the cooperation of employees and they have a feeling of happiness. This is what is positive motivation. If we go to negative motivation, negative, or we say fear motivation. Fear motivation. What is fear? Fear appears. Fear is nothing but false emotions appears to be real. Okay, that can be overcome by the people if they know the real situation of fear. Negative or fear motivation is based on the force of fear. Fear causes employees to act in a certain way. In case they do not act accordingly, then they may be punished with demotions or layoffs, we call them as. Okay, we will cut the pay. Okay, we will demotivate the people. I mean, demotion. This is opposite to promotion. Okay, we will sometimes terminate, right, because of fear. If they may lose the job, okay, that is a problem for their substance. In such a way they may get fear. The fear acts as a push mechanism in this. The employees do not willingly cooperate, rather they want to avoid the punishment. Okay, they willingly do not cooperate in order to avoid the punishment, right? Though employees work up to a level where punishment is avoided, but this type of motivation causes anger and frustration. It leads to anger and thereof frustration. In Telugu we call it as kuntanamu antam, right? This type of motivation generally becomes a cause of industrial unrest. People, those who are negatively motivated, are responsible for the industrial unrest. In spite of the drawbacks of motivation, this method is commonly used to achieve desired results. There may be hardly any management which has not used negative motivation at one or the other time. Okay, nobody wants to uh, degrade themselves by using the negative motivation, right? That's why the management rarely uses, hardly any management which has not used negative motivation, right? Importance of motivation we'll discuss now. Right. If you see at importance, management tries to utilize all the sources of production in best possible manner in order to, okay, fulfill the desired results, okay, as soon as possible. This can be achieved only when employees cooperate in this task. Okay, unless without cooperation of the employees, you cannot, okay, utilize the sources of production in a best possible manner and don't achieve the goals within the stipulated period. Effort should be made to motivate employees for contributing their maximum. Okay, for that what we need to get? We must get the cooperation. Okay, to get cooperation from the employee side, we should make efforts to motivate them to give their maximum contribution. The efforts of management will not bear fruit if the employees are not encouraged to work more. Alone management can't do that. That must encourage the workers to work more, employees to work more to get the fruits. The motivated employees become an asset to the organization because they are the striving force to achieve the goals of the organization, right? And a important factors that are responsible on, okay, motivation we will see now in terms of importance. High performance. Why it is important motivation? Motivated employees will put maximum effort for achieving the organizational goals. Right? Motivated. How could they motivate? If their personal, their self objectives are satisfied. Right? What we have discussed in terms of incentives is helpful in understanding the motivating the employees. Okay. The untapped reservoirs, physical and mental abilities are tapped to the maximum by using this motivation. That's why if you want to untap the reservoirs, physical and mental abilities that are possessed by the employees and increase their performance, we use motivation. Better performance will also result in a higher productivity. The cost of production can also be brought down if the productivity is raised. Okay, economies of scale possible with that motivation only. Motivation will act as a stimulant for improving the performance of the employees. Right? It will act like a stimulant for improving the performance of the employees. And another is low employee turnover and absenteeism. Low employee turnover and absenteeism. When the employees are not satisfied when their job, okay, they were not satisfied with the job, they will leave it whenever they get an alternative offer. They don't want to be stay in the job which is, okay, not giving satisfaction to them. They wait for the chance, they wait for the opportunity. If there is an opportunity, alternative offer for them, certainly they leave the company. The dissatisfaction among the employees also increase absenteeism. If they get dissatisfied, okay, there is a difference between the not satisfied and dissatisfied. If they get dissatisfied among, okay, in the organization, then they try to avoid the work in the name of absent. Okay, absenteeism will increase. The employment training of new employees cost dearly to the organization. Okay, it's not an easy and economic to train the new employees, right? When the employees are satisfied with their job and they are well motivated by offering them financial and non-financial incentives, then they will not leave the job, right? The rate of absenteeism will also be low, right? Because they will try to increase their output. Generally, if they get motivated, they try to improve their output, and they never, if they get satisfied, okay, in the name of motivation, they don't leave the job. Okay, there is no burden of training the new employees for the organization. These are interrelated with one another. And another factor that is, okay, reveal us why the motivation is important is better organizational image. Those enterprises which offer better monetary and non-monetary facilities to their employees have a better image among them, right? Such concerns are successful in attracting better qualified and experienced persons. Okay, generally you will see people will be asked for their money. If an, okay, student got a placement from, okay, a university, his near and dear will ask, okay, what would be the salary? What is your salary? What the company offered and what you have admitted to get, take the salary. Okay, they are asking. People will ask package in the name of package. Okay, if their pay is high, they perceive they are working for a good company. That will help to satisfy their esteem need, right? That's why they feel that what we call it as they are working for a good company in terms of status. Okay, the organizational image will make them to work more for the organization. Okay, it induces contagious enthusiasm in them to work for the company. Such concerns are successful in attracting better qualified and experienced persons. What it will make people who are qualified wants to work such a, okay, better organizational image having company. Since there is a better manpower to develop program, the employees will like to join such organizations. Okay, with motivational efforts will simplify personal function also. And better industrial relations. A good motivational system will create job satisfaction among employees. Okay, job satisfaction. It is responsible motivation. If motivated people, okay, will stick on to their job because that gives job satisfaction to them. The employment will offer them better service conditions and various other incentives. People sometimes they may continue with the organization because of hygiene conditions that are there in the organization. In such cases, okay, the service conditions are better to motivate the people to work with the company. There will be an atmosphere of confidence among employers and employees. Okay, there will be no reason for conflict, and cordial relations among both sides will create a healthy atmosphere. If there are no conflicts regarding cordial relations among the employee and management, then healthy environment is created. Okay, no conflict, healthy environment, and certainly it leads to more achievements that will be motivated. Right? Motivation among employees will lead to better industrial relations. Okay, if they get motivated, the relations between the management and employees will be good. And the okay, factor that is reveals the importance of motivation is acceptability to change. Right? The changing social and industrial situations will require changes and improvements in the working of enterprises. Right? There will be a need to introduce new and better methods of work from time to time. See, changing social and industrial situations will require changes in the improvements of working of enterprises. Okay, the technologies, we are in the dynamic world. Everything changes. We need to change according to the changes that took place in the dynamic world. Right? Industrial relations in social and industrial relation will require change and improvement. Change is inevitable. Okay. In the working of enterprise also we need to change. Right? There will be a need to introduce new and better methods of work from time to time. If a new technology, okay, innovated and marketed in the market, then if it is viable to you, certainly you need to adopt that technology. Okay, that will be better for both management in terms of production, and that will reduce the work pressure on the employees. Generally, employees resist to change for fear, okay, of adverse effects of their employment. If new technology is introduced, they may fear that their jobs they may lose their jobs because of introduction of new technology that may replace their, okay, labor work. They think because of that they resist change to, okay, fear. They resist changes, right? And that may leads to adverse effects on their employment, okay, on the production. When the employees are given various opportunities of development, then they can easily adapt new situations. They will think of positive side of new changes and will cooperate with the management. Means if they are announced job security, okay, no employee is terminated, their services are utilized in any way. That is the promise given by the, okay, those who are working better for the company and contributing their best to the company will be retained in the company even though new technology is introduced. Such a promise certainly make them to cooperate with the management. If the employee are satisfied with their work and not afford better avenues, then they will oppose everything suggested by the management. Motivation will ensure the acceptability of new changes by the employees. Right? Now we'll see theories of motivation. From the very initial stages, when human organizations were established, people had tried to find out the answer to one question: what motivates people maximum? The advocates of scientific management and the classical theorists thought the men were primarily interested in satisfying their basic needs of food, shelter, security, what we call them as physiological needs according to Maslow, and therefore wanted to maximize economic gain. They wanted to first they concentrate on fulfilling their primary needs, physiological needs, food, shelter, security, and therefore wanted to maximize their economic gain, right? And they attempted to link performance and productivity with the monetary rewards and the various incentive schemes. Okay, what you will do with the money? You will fulfill your needs. Okay, with that money that was gained from your work, right? It is due to the reason that F.A.W. Taylor gave the concept scientific management and the differential piece rate system for motivating their workers. This thinking only concentrated on one point, that the external motivation or the job situation. If sufficient for the satisfaction of basic universal needs, the external motivation of job situation, certainly the management will concentrate on that. But the traditional approach totally ignored the on the job situation and considered that the human being as a machine who do not have any inner feelings. But it is different in modern approach. Traditional approach ignored everything, motivation, the influence of motivation on the people work, right? Then in the late 1920s and early 1930s, for the first time, the Hawthorne experiments were conducted by Elton Mayo and his associates. These experiments proved that there was no direct relationship between productivity and economic reward. Okay, 1920 and early 1930s, Hawthorne experiments were conducted by Elton Mayo and his associates. His experiments proved that human beings are not machines. They are not machines. Okay. Money is a necessary condition but not a sufficient. Money is necessary. They need money. But that is not sufficient. Money alone not enough to work in a better manner. Okay. That's why they thought that money is necessary condition but not a sufficient one for motivating people to work. People have social and psychological needs also. Along with money, their social and psychological needs must be fulfilled to give maximum of their effort. Right? Ever since then, many people have been engaged in finding out the answer to the basic questions, that is what motivates people. Okay, though all these theories try to focus attention on the basic issue, they differ considerably. Right? There are basically two types of theories which relate to and define the motivational process. They are content theories, which attempts what content theory do, which attempts to determine the specific, with what we call a specify the drives and needs that motivate people to work. And the second is process theories, which attempt to identify the variables that go into motivation and their relationship with each other. In the content theories, the most important theories given by Maslow, Hesberg, McGregor, Alder. In the process theories, we include the theories given by Vroom, Porter, and Lawler. The major ingredients these theories we will discuss. Maslow need hierarchy we will discuss here. Alder's ERG theory, Hesberg's motivation hygiene theory. Okay, McGregor theory, action Y theory Judd, Bloom's expectancy theory, Porter and Lawler, model of motivation, equity theory of motivation, McLean needs theory of motivation, goal setting theory, and reinforcement theory. Okay, we will discuss the same in next class elaborately. I'll end this session with this topic. Bye and good day to see you. Thank you.